guys, we have made it to our last strand. This is our weather review. Your I can statement for today is I can understand the concepts of weather patterns and weather vocabulary. So, weather. Let's start with air masses. An air mass is a large body of air with the same temperature, humidity, and pressure throughout. You're going to have some cold air masses and warm air masses that are separated by the jet stream. We've got continental air masses, we've got maritime air masses, but all of them have, each air mass has the same temperature, pressure, and humidity throughout. So fronts, weather fronts are when two air masses of different temperatures meet. All fronts bring rain or precipitation, all of them. Cold front, warm front, occluded front, stationary front, they all bring some sort of rain. Whether that is a cold front, that it's fast moving, heavy rain and thunderstorms, or a warm front that's slow moving and steady rain. Occluded fronts can have heavy rain that lasts for a long time, and stationary fronts can be light, long-lasting rain or little to no change in weather. Air pressure. So as warm air rises as water vapor, when the groundwater starts to evaporate, it takes pressure off of the earth because that warm air is rising up off the earth. And that makes a low pressure system. Right here you see the warm air is rising and it is taking a lot of evaporation with it, which causes a low pressure system. Now, because of this evaporation and the rising warm air, there's going to be clouds and lousy, bad, or rainy weather. Okay, low pressure, lousy weather, rain and storms. If the barometer is falling, because remember, a barometer measures air pressure, if the barometer is falling, there's going to be low pressure, lousy weather, rain, storms, some type of precipitation. So, air pressure, let's talk about high pressure systems. As air cools, it becomes dense and heavy and it starts to sink. And as it sinks, that sinking air puts more pressure down on the earth. So that cool air sinks and puts more pressure down on the earth, which means it's putting the earth under high pressure. So because of that cool sinking air, there's less evaporation. Well, less evaporation means clear skies and no precipitation. Fair weather. Fair weather is another way of saying like nice weather, okay? If you see that the barometer is rising, then that means you've got high pressure and happy weather. Sunshine, clear skies. So, what causes weather and wind? All weather and wind is caused by the uneven heating of the earth, all of it. And wind will flow from areas of high pressure to low pressure. Wind will flow high to low. The uneven heating of the earth causes weather and that wind and pressure will always flow from high to low, always. All right, so the jet stream, let's cover the jet stream. The jet stream is a fast-moving wind, like a tunnel of wind, that's 6 to 9 miles up in the atmosphere, and it pushes the weather systems from west to east across the United States. Now, sometimes if the jet stream dips down below North Carolina, dips down to the south, then that means that it allows for that cold air from the poles to come down towards us. If it moves upwards to the north of North Carolina, then it allows the warm air from the poles to reach us in North Carolina. So where do we get our weather from? We get our weather from west to east from the prevailing westerlies. Remember our global wind patterns that we talked about. The prevailing westerlies are strong winds that blow from the west to the east across North Carolina. Well, across the entire United States and the Northern Hemisphere. But specifically speaking about us, we get our weather from west to east from the prevailing westerlies. Remember, El Niño, warmer water, El Niño, warmer water. When the surface temperature of the Pacific Ocean rises 2 degrees in a given year, it creates what's called El Niño. El Niño brings warm, wet weather to us in North Carolina. All right, land and sea breeze. Sea breeze is what happens during the daytime, okay?